Welcome back to another episode of Akau TV, where we're joined this week by Lara and Tapova, our 2-year-old that will be running at Tiaraha on Sunday. Look, we had a very frustrating weekend last weekend with only the one winner. We were around a lot of the results but just couldn't get the job done. But our one winner was a really good performance from a good 2-year-old colt in Kinnear. He looks to be a very promising horse going forward that we're really excited to see step up in grade next time out. But he's gone away for a week to have a quiet week out of the stable, and we're really looking forward to where he can get to this preparation. We're very hopeful he's one of our main Karaka Million chances. And looking ahead to this week, we've got runners at 5 different meetings this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, obviously with Riccarton, Rotorua, Akau, Trentham, and obviously Tiara on Sunday. So we've got a lot of racing happening.
One of the most incredible things about buying yearlings is coming back 10, 11, 12 months later and seeing a filly like this, a Prasia filly out of a mare called One to Die For, and still has shares available. Now this filly's impressed everybody that's ridden her, and she's out of a Tavistock mare, who's out of a Zabeel mare, who's out of a Sadler's Wells mare. You're a good girl. She's really impressed everybody that's ridden it. She only cost $100,000, so get in. There's not much left. Don't miss out on a filly of this class. Thanks, Sam, for showing it to us. And the other filly that really staggered me that there was a share left is this Prasia filly out of She's Aloof. Again, a filly with a beautiful pedigree. You look at the four quarters on it. Look at the natural strength she's got. She is a class filly. So if you want to be in one, or get in the good books at home and buy your wife a small share for a Christmas present, you won't do better than this filly. These are 2 of the most quality fillies that you've seen in a long time. They're class, quality, and everybody that rides them don't know where they do that.
We'll just have the one runner take place at Rotorua on Friday, and we think he's a very good chance in War of Succession. Obviously, races were postponed from Wednesday to Friday. We think that's really going to help him. The good day with weather here today on Thursday and Friday. Hopefully a really nice day. The track should dry out to be really nice, which will really suit him and have the cut out of it. Step up to 1950 for him will be ideal. He's won at that trip at the track before in the past. From the draw, we'll just ride him where he lands, but he looks to be a very good each-way chance with Hayley Haslam's claim. We move to Riccarton on Friday. We start our day off with Shockabella. Look, she's a massive drop in class from 65 to rating 60. Up to the 2100 metres will suit her. She's a lovely staying sort of filly that's been disappointing this preparation, but she finds herself in a race that she can bounce back in, so we're expecting a really big performance from her as long as her barrier manners are up to standard. And then obviously race 2, Elegant Lady, looks to be a very nice chance. Look, the top weight looks like it'll be hard to beat, but the step back in distance will certainly help Elegant Lady. We've been very faultless with her. She's been very good throughout her work this week, so hopefully she's a genuine each-way chance. And then we move to Hello Bess, her first start in the Tangerine on race day. Really looking forward to it. She's owned by Dave Karen, Glenn and Kathy Holmes, so very pleased with her. Obviously she's had to take the trip from north to the south, but she's done it all in great stead. Very happy. And then race 4, we move on to another horse that's made a trip down to the South Island, High Roller. Look, he's been disappointing this preparation. He's shown us a lot of ability. We have a lot of time for him, but obviously he does need to put his hand up. But we think we've found the race that he can certainly do the job in, and he's drawn a nice barrier. Bruno on, big bonus. Hopefully he can get the job done. Then we move on to Queen of Naples. Obviously she finds herself in a very strong race. It's going to be very interesting how she performs. There's a lot of stakes horses in there, so she is in the deep end a little bit, but look, she likes the synthetic. She's won at that trip here at Riccarton, so expect a nice enough run. But as I said, she's a very interesting runner in that sort of grade. Then we move on to Cork Delete. She's been a little disappointing this preparation, but back to the rating 60 is a massive drop in class 1400 metres, which she's won at that trip in the past, will be ideal for her. So expect her to bounce back. Then we move on to Cognoscenti. Very good first up, disappointed second up, but he did have only a short break between races from that first up run to second up, so he'll take great benefit from having a bit of time after that first up run, or second up run, sorry. So expect him to bounce back third up. And then we move to our last runner, Rule of Law. Probably would have benefited from another trial, but look, there's a race on his doorstep. He races well on the poly, he's got good gate speed, he should be able to get right up and amongst the action early, and if he got a break on them at the turn, he would be a very genuine chance. We move on to Saturday, our Pukekohe runners. Got 3 lovely chances there, starting off with Sibling Rivalry. Really tough effort when winning out at Tiara last time. She's had the right trial form before she went to the race, obviously placing the well written there, so that was very good form heading to the races. First up, where she ran really well at Taupo. She's taken good improvement to her second up, obviously winning, and she's improved again out of sight. Very pleased with her. We think she's a filly that's got a lot of upside and she'll run a really big race. Then we move on to race 4, where we've got Altari, still waiting for one scratching, but we do believe it'll come. But he's a horse that's finally maturing to a lovely animal. He's done the right thing since that trial. His work at home's been good. The 1500 metres suits him first up, so expect a really good effort from him first up. And then in the last race, we will take place with Kabuji, who just needs the run. He needs some miles into his legs. Just track conditions, etc. just meant that we've had to hold fire with him, but he'll be there on Saturday, and whatever he does do, he'll certainly improve off. And then we move on to Wellington, the other Saturday meeting, where we've got 3 nice chances again. We've got 2 runners, Legally Binding and Mel Mason. Legally Binding obviously has to carry the weight and a difficult draw, but he's lucky he's got the services of Opie Boston, which is a massive bonus. He's racing really well this whole season, so I expect another genuine effort from him. Mel Mason, a bit disappointing this time round, but look, back down the chute will help him, so expect him to turn his form around.
Yeah.
Then we move to our Sunday meeting at Tiara. Really looking forward to it. We've got some lovely horses taking place at a lightly raced or unraced, and we start off in race 1. We've got this lovely filly, Lara Antipova, that's been very faultless, took great improvement from that first trial to its second, and it's gone the right way since. She's grown into a lovely filly, taking it all in great stead. From that good draw, she should land there or thereabouts. Craig Grills is a very good rider of 2-year-olds. We love having him on. And then obviously our other runner in that race, Miss Perna, very good, very faultless at home. The work's been good. We weren't aiming to have her at this race, but look, with the small noms, it's a good opportunity to get some more money in the bin for the Karaka Million. Then we move to race 3, Scala Marbella, very good over the 1200 metres at Rotorua first up. She was just rushed really early, just got left a bit flat. She's got a pedigree, being the full to Campi Messer, where she should benefit from a bit more ground. So to step up to 1400 with a good draw, she should be there or thereabouts in the finish. Then we move to race 4, Perlino, a first started by Superset for the team. Look, she's improved out of sight in the last month, 5 weeks. Can't fault her. Obviously, whatever she does do on Sunday, she's certainly going to improve off of the race day experience. Then we move on to race number 5. We've got 2 runners, one for the Akau stud and Drops of God. Really excited to see this filly have her first start. She's been very faultless at the trials. Barrier manners can let her down from time to time, but we're very pleased with the way she's looking, the condition she's in for Sunday. She'll run a really big race. And in the same race, we've got Cease and Desist. He is a half-brother to Group 1 winning son at stud that Te Akau trained Move to Strike. He's now gelding. He looks terrific, very pleased with him. At 11.50 will be a bit short of his best, but expect to see him running on strongly. And then our last runner to take place at Tiara on Sunday will be Fury of Flight, and he'll be our last runner for the weekend. Really excited to see him at the races now as a gelding. He looks terrific, coat's glowing, work's been good. Expect him to race really well over the 11.50. So we've got a lot of runners coming up this weekend. Really excited to see a lot of them step out. Look, the best bet for myself this weekend would be Stella Marbella, as long as she's taking great improvement from that first up run, but we think she has, and I think this horse here is right behind her for another each way chance.
Great to be over in Matamata, looking at all the horses that are racing tomorrow and in the weekend. My best bet for the week is Sibling Rivalry.